told y'all Chris was broke. I told y'all Chris was homeless, yet y'all still was trying to ship him with Shelly. No. I told y'all he had nothing to offer after the show. Somebody who is everywhere but playing overseas is a red flag, and y'all should have peeped it. This is Anonymous T, and let's get it crack-a-lackin'. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous T Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at AnonymousRealityT. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we got to talk about Chris. Broke Chris, aka Mr. Overseas, aka Never Overseas, aka signing up for any and every reality show for that check, for that shmoney, because there is no shmoney. If Chris was in demand, he would be on a team somewhere, whether it was overseas, whether it is in the G League over here in the United States, you guys. But no. Listen, anybody who y'all are trying to ship and they look like Tyler Perry and everything else, I am side-eyeing you. I remember back on the show, Cece, y'all get caught up in Stan Wars. I do not. But I remember specifically, you guys demanded Shelly to leave Ace for this broke bum, and I was very confused. Even immediately when the show was over, Chris and Nicolas and Brian were potentially talking about all living together. And that set off alarm bells because I'm like, Chris didn't have a place to stay to begin with. And y'all ate it up, and I was confused. The man admitted as such on the show that he didn't have ends like that. He admitted on the show he had cheated in the past, and this is who you wanted Shelly to be with? Somebody who is going to do what he did to Huda on the final date on the finale episode? Leave her there to fend for herself? No. Some of y'all are not real Shelly fans or Shelly supporters or understand if y'all wanted her to be with the brokenness that is Chris. What has happened, Anonymous T? What are we talking about? Why aren't we going in on him, right? Because a clip has resurfaced of a 2020 episode, so that was 5 years ago, of Justice of the People featuring Judge Million that had Chris on the episode, y'all, who he was being sued in 2018 by his ex-girlfriend because allegedly he wrecked her car. Allegedly, he was sued regarding some damages because he totaled her car while going to go meet another woman. Because he does not have his own car. He is a scrub. You know the TLC song, No Scrubs? He is the definition. He is the one on the passenger side trying to holler at somebody. Remember all that stuff allegedly they were doing after the show ended? They were trying to get girls. Y'all weren't watching those TikTok lives. They did not care about nothing. They were trying to hook up with girls, and girls were exposing it on TikTok. They were getting invited back to the Airbnb. I paid attention to everything. And I told y'all these people were bums. And y'all wanted to get into the Stan Wars of it all, and I was saying, no. Leave this Airbnb. It's not a good look. It's not a good situation. But all y'all cared about is content. All y'all cared about was seeing y'all favorite Islanders, and y'all weren't seeing what the real tea was, which was, it is a whole lot of mess going on. So nonetheless, he totaled his ex-girlfriend's car or wrecked it or whatever to meet another woman. And so Chris had admitted to being a cheater, pumpkin eater, shout out to Giselle, and said he also has had periods in the past of being homeless. What did I tell you, you guys? See, the truth always reveals itself about reality stars. It never fails, which is why I tell you I do not subscribe to Stan Wars. Because y'all be pledging y'all allegiance to some people and y'all don't know them like that. Y'all don't know these people. And I told y'all what it was with some of these people. But the truth will always reveal itself. So, nonetheless, said that, and this is going viral because people are having a key at this. They're making the overseas joke. But my thing is, y'all weren't paying attention on the show. Y'all were not paying attention to what Chris was saying on the show, and what I translated Chris saying on the show was that he was broke and that he needed a place to stay and that he's cheated in the past. So and he put in zero effort with Shelly. Zero effort. And then post-show, you guys, really wouldn't speak on Huda until the 11th hour on the reunion. And he did an interview with Carmelo Anthony that I think you had to pay on Patreon, but was clocking Shelly's entire schedule. And I was like, he still likes Shelly because he had a plan in thinking that if he was with Shelly, he would have opportunities to financially set himself up. That's why he's not with KK. That is why he ditched KK immediately when Love Island Games was over. He went on Love Island Games thinking he was calling the shots just because season 7 had high viewership. He thought he was in demand. He thought he was the main character. Same thing as Charlie, talking about some daddy's home. No. That's why you got on Up and Out of there. Because that was not your home. Nor was it Chris's either. That's why Tyreek threw that shade and said that this is Kendall's villa, because basically paying homage and paying ode to the fact that this is the season 6 villa. Y'all need to thank season 6 for what it is for y'all. In terms of the level of success and brand deals y'all getting. Y'all need to give that nod to season 6, Chris. But Chris ran in there like he owned the place, like people needed to bow down to him, and he thinks that his height is intimidating and that people are just going to back down. But you had that opportunity in the duel against Johnny to show yourself. And you showed yourself that you had a quick injury, that you could not continue, but the brace was nowhere to be found until the 11th hour when you needed to milk it. But basically KK spilled the beans that you ghosted the girl. You ghosted her, you dropped her like a bad habit. When you got eliminated, you didn't even want to hang out with the eliminated Islanders. Y'all notice that Chris was nowhere to be found at finale. So I don't know what excuse he made up. I do know that he did have some club appearances, but that wasn't going to interfere with the show. Because obviously, if you would have made it, if you weren't eliminated, you would have been there, Chris. Make it make sense. Andreina, who was also going to be on Beyond the Villa Season 2, had no problems being there for the finale. So, none of the less, and then also, after Love Island Games, Chris was nowhere to be found around the cast. He was nowhere to be found hanging around this cast, which I found very interesting. It was almost as if he felt like he was too good to be around these people. So that told me about the type of person who he is and how he moves, that if he can't win or he can't be successful, he's not going to hang around. But see, he had no problem hanging around the finalists for season 7 because there was clout and there was opportunities to gain from that. You're getting interviews, you're getting opportunities. There was no opportunities with Love Island Games. He didn't see any value with them, so he has no desire to hang with them. He figured out on his own that, he figured that KK was not going to be, that they're not going to be a quote-unquote power couple, so therefore, he moved it along. But none of the less, Chris, and like these other islanders, you guys, like some of these other islanders are playing in your face, are playing in your face and have y'all fooled and have y'all bamboozled. But Chris is one of many islanders I was never fooled by. I was never fooled by his act at all. And that is why he's going to continue to be on every single reality show in existence until he can get some money and get a place to stay, you guys. So there's that. That's it. That's all. Es todos, es final, es finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.